Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse, June 21st, Friday, 2024. Now, on the Trump docket, today down in Fort Pierce, Florida, the first of 3 days of hearings by Eileen Cannon, district judge. The first of which will be whether the special counsel's position is authorized, given that it's not in statute, but only in regulation. Monday, then, they'll deal with the gag order about FBI agents, also the funding of the special counsel's office. And finally, on Tuesday, they'll be dealing with the documents themselves, whether the documents can come into evidence. So we'll be covering that from afar. Here, the Menendez case is the one that we're really covering, but they have the day off. Judge Stein polled the jurors. The jurors had some graduations, and therefore the trial was off, which is actually better. We're going to cover Guo, U.S. versus Miles Guo. We're going to be covering U.S. versus Hwang of Archegos. We're going to be covering this Felix Sater case, which is getting stranger all the time. The defense case has begun, so it can't be much longer. There's a guy called Wolf who was on the stand yesterday, lawyer for Felix Sater. This is all going back to 2015. You can read it all on Inner City Press. Also, there's a guy called Guan, the man from the Epic Times. He should be appearing before a district judge today, and we will be covering it. Now, what we like to cover as well is the United Nations, and we've written a series of scoops this week about its mission in Western Sahara, but they haven't answered any of it. We've looked in on the noon briefing and found it to be severely wanting. A reporter, I guess from Bangladesh, reading lengthy questions off his phone. Deputy spokesman Farhan Haq getting all hot and bothered, but not doing his job in answering actual questions about actual corruption by the top of the UN, Antonio Guterres, and his financial disclosures. But we will not rest. We've had 2 law firms write to them so far, but of course the UN doesn't respect the law, but Quinn Emanuel and Dwayne Morris wrote to them, and we're going to continue beating the drum. We've applied to cover the General Assembly this coming September, and we will not rest. We will cover it one way or another. Inner City Press, have a good weekend.